Good morning/afternoon/evening. Today I want to talk to you about a simple but powerful idea. Don't let people know too much about you. There's something incredible about holding parts of your life back. Not because you're trying to hide, but because you're protecting something that is too valuable to be exposed to every passing person. People love to share. We live in a world where we're encouraged to be open, to let others in, to show everything. But let me tell you something. The less they know, the more they'll respect you. There's something profoundly powerful about mystery. It's not about being secretive or deceitful, but about recognizing that some parts of your life, some elements of your personality are meant to be uncovered slowly, revealed at the right time, and not rushed into the light. In a world where social media encourages us to share every moment, every thought, every feeling, we forget that we don't owe anyone all of ourselves. When everything is exposed, when everyone knows your every move, there's no room for people to truly wonder about you. People stop asking questions because they think they have all the answers. They stop looking for depth because they assume they already know you completely. But there's something magnetic about a person who keeps certain parts of themselves to themselves. It forces people to pay attention, to be curious, to reflect. The unknown creates intrigue. Mystery compels others to engage more deeply. When you reveal only a part of yourself, people are drawn in to discover the rest. It's like the cover of a good book that makes you want to turn the page. We live in a time where everyone is an open book, but an open book gets forgotten. It's when there's more to learn, more to discover, more to figure out that people stay interested. Think about your favorite movies, your favorite books, or your favorite stories. Why do we love them? Because we are pulled into the unknown, and the process of discovering the next chapter feels like an adventure. When you allow your life to be a little bit of a mystery, you put power in your hands. You're not a constant performance for an audience. You're an unfolding story, one that keeps people engaged. Mystery is also about how we present ourselves. We don't need to give away everything up front, especially when we are building something significant. The slow reveal, whether it's about our talents, our passions, or even our dreams, creates anticipation. It gives people a reason to keep coming back. And think about this. When you hide nothing, when you share everything instantly, you give others no reason to try to understand you. People only search for what's elusive, what's hidden. The unknown is powerful because it forces people to stop and wonder, what's really going on with them? What's next? The less they know, the more they are interested. Mystery is a quiet strength. It's like a treasure chest that is locked, and only the people who earn the key get to open it. It's not a tactic, it's a principle that goes beyond games or manipulation. It's the idea that some parts of you, your hopes, your values, your true nature, are too precious to be treated casually. So you don't throw them out for everyone to see all at once. You hold them, protect them, and allow them to grow in the quiet spaces. People may talk about your silence, your secrets, your quiet confidence, but they don't know the depths of what you're carrying. And that is where your true power lies, in what's left to be discovered. Your purpose is the heartbeat of your life. It's the deep, unshakable reason that you get up every morning and go after what you want, no matter the obstacles. It's a force that drives you, that defines you, and ultimately shapes the person you're becoming. But here's the thing. Your purpose is precious, and like anything valuable, it must be guarded. When you know your purpose, you become a target for the opinions, judgments, and doubts of others. There will always be people who want to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. They'll want to project their fears and limitations onto you. They'll tell you that your dreams are too big, too bold, too impossible. The world will always have something to say about your purpose. But if you let those voices in, you risk losing sight of why you're even on the path in the first place. Guarding your purpose is about protecting it from distractions, from the noise, and even from the well-meaning people who don't fully understand your vision. It's about keeping your eyes fixed on what matters, refusing to let the world's expectations dictate the direction of your journey. There are moments in your life when others' opinions will feel louder than your own sense of direction. And that's when you need to make a conscious decision to block out the noise, to filter out the doubts, and to protect your purpose like it's the most valuable thing in your life. Because it is. Purpose isn't just about what you're meant to do. It's about who you are meant to become. And this transformation is often messy. It's uncomfortable. It requires work and sacrifice. When you guard your purpose, you are also guarding the process. You're giving yourself permission to grow, to fail, and to learn at your own pace without the pressure of others' timelines. People may want you to take shortcuts or settle for less. But you know that your purpose requires a deep commitment to the long haul. There's another reason why guarding your purpose is so vital. When you don't protect it, you risk handing it over to the wrong people. You might be tempted to seek validation or approval, but if you give others too much access to your purpose, they might shift your vision to fit their own comfort zone. People will often try to project their insecurities onto your dreams. They will try to convince you to play it safe or to follow a more conventional path. But your purpose is yours, and only you can fully understand the drive behind it. Guarding your purpose also means that you learn to say no. Saying no to distractions, to people, to opportunities that pull you off course, even when they seem enticing, is one of the most important parts of protecting your purpose. Sometimes the hardest part of the journey isn't the pursuit of your dreams, but the decision to protect them from everything that's trying to steal your focus. You don't need to explain your purpose to everyone. You don't need to defend it or justify it. When you know where you're going, you can walk with confidence, even in silence. You don't need permission. Your purpose is a gift that was given to you, and it's your responsibility to nurture it, develop it, and guard it against anything or anyone that threatens to derail you. And as you walk this path, there will be times when your purpose feels unclear. There will be seasons of uncertainty, but the truth is, you don't always need to have everything figured out. What matters is that you hold your purpose close. You trust that, even in the fog of confusion, it's still there and it's still leading you forward. Guarding your purpose doesn't mean you shut others out entirely. It means you learn to share it with the right people, those who will encourage, challenge, and support you, people who can see the vision in you even when it's not fully realized. It means surrounding yourself with those who understand that your purpose is not a hobby or passing interest, but the very thing that fuels your soul. We live in a world that thrives on visibility. With social media, reality TV, and the constant sharing of our lives, we've been conditioned to believe that more is better. More followers, more likes, more transparency. But here's the truth. There's a danger in overexposure, and it's one that many people overlook. When you reveal too much of yourself too soon, it comes with a cost that often isn't immediately clear. One of the biggest dangers of overexposure is the loss of privacy. When you share everything with the world, there's very little left for you. The things that were once sacred, that were once yours to process and reflect on in your own time, are suddenly out in the open for anyone to judge. The quiet spaces of your heart, where you once found clarity, peace, and healing, are now being invaded. It's like leaving your door wide open, inviting anyone who walks by to step inside, whether they respect your boundaries or not. And when you overexpose yourself, you're inviting everyone, strangers, critics, and even the people closest to you, into parts of your life that don't belong to them. People will feel entitled to your personal narrative, thinking they have the right to weigh in on your thoughts, decisions, and experiences. It can be overwhelming, exhausting, and ultimately harmful to your sense of self. You become too accessible, too available, and in the process, lose that element of mystery that makes you intriguing. It's like someone showing up to a movie halfway through and thinking they can figure out the plot because they saw the last few scenes. They don't get the context. They don't understand the depth. But because you've shared it all, they feel like they do. Another danger of overexposure is the vulnerability it creates for exploitation. The more you share, the more people can use your story against you. People who don't understand you, who don't have your best interest at heart, can twist your words, take things out of context, or use your own experiences to manipulate or control you. Your pain, your struggles, your failures, things that should be handled with care and respect, can become ammunition for others, either intentionally or unintentionally. When you lay bare too much of your life, you open the door to criticism, judgment, and even mockery. What was once sacred and private is now a tool for others to wield as they see fit. Overexposure also robs you of your personal boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your emotional and mental well-being. When you share everything, you break down these boundaries without even realizing it. And once those boundaries are crossed, it becomes increasingly difficult to rebuild them. People begin to expect access to your every thought, your every emotion, your every decision. It's as if you owe them your time, your attention, and your heart at all times. But you don't. You don't owe the world your vulnerability. You owe yourself the ability to choose when, where, and to whom you share your truth. There's a psychological toll to overexposure that often goes unnoticed. When you constantly share your life with the world, you invite constant feedback. While some of it may be positive, much of it will be negative or indifferent, and that can take a toll on your sense of self-worth. You begin to measure your value based on the validation you receive from others, your happiness, your achievements, your worth. Everything starts to depend on the approval of the crowd. And the problem with this is that the crowd is fickle. People are quick to celebrate you one moment and tear you down the next. You become trapped in a cycle of needing external validation to feel good about yourself, and that's not a place you want to live. And then there's the simple truth that overexposure can stunt your growth. There's something about keeping certain aspects of your life private that allows you to grow and evolve without outside interference. When you share everything too soon, you often give others the chance to shape your story before it's even finished. You can lose the ability to discover your own potential because you're too focused on how others perceive you. Growth happens in the quiet spaces, in the moments when you're alone with your thoughts, your struggles, and your dreams, without the world constantly chiming in. When you reveal everything too early, you risk stunting your own development. You stop becoming the person you're meant to be and start becoming the person others expect you to be. In a world where overexposure is increasingly normalized, we must recognize that there is great power in holding certain parts of ourselves back. By choosing what to reveal and when to reveal it, we protect our integrity, our boundaries, and our growth. We allow ourselves the space to reflect, to evolve, and to control the narrative of our own lives. We don't have to share everything to be seen. In fact, sometimes the less we share, the more we allow others to see the true depths of who we are. In a world that often encourages us to be as visible as possible, there's a profound and sacred truth we sometimes forget. Not everything about your life is meant to be public. Some parts of your journey are intended to be private, not because you have something to hide, but because they are precious, personal, and ordained by God. There are moments, seasons, and truths that belong solely between you and your Creator. And this sacred space is where your deepest transformation occurs. God-ordained privacy isn't about secrecy or avoidance. It's about protecting the things that are most meaningful to your heart. There are places in your soul where the Holy Spirit works quietly, reshaping and refining you in ways that no one else can see. These moments of personal growth, reflection, and transformation need to be nurtured away from the eyes of the world. When you reveal everything too early or to too many people, you risk losing the purity of those moments. You may invite judgment or misunderstanding into a space that was meant for quiet surrender and trust in God's timing. Think about the seasons in the Bible where God called people to walk in solitude, to retreat from the crowd, to be alone in prayer or reflection. Moses, Jesus, even David, they all had moments when God instructed them to step away, to be in private, to seek guidance away from the public eye. These were not times of hiding, but of being equipped for what was next. God uses the privacy of these moments to strengthen, teach, and prepare his children for the battles ahead, for the purpose he has placed in their hearts. There's also a deep intimacy in the relationship between you and God that can only be experienced in privacy. Think about the moments when you've been alone in prayer, when you've poured out your heart to God, sharing your fears, hopes, dreams, and struggles. These moments are sacred. They allow you to develop a depth in your relationship with God that can't be fully shared with anyone else. They give you the space to hear his voice clearly without distraction or interference, so that you can understand his will and trust his plan. No one else can enter into this intimacy for you. It's a personal, private space where your faith is nurtured and your connection to him is deepened. God-ordained privacy also means that there are seasons in your life that are meant to be cultivated in silence. The things you are dreaming about, the plans you are making, the purpose you are discovering, not every vision needs to be shared prematurely. Some dreams need to grow in the fertile soil of silence. away from the noise and distractions of the world. When we expose our dreams too soon, we risk them being misunderstood, mocked, or overshadowed by the opinions of others. The vision that God has placed in your heart is unique and special, and it needs space to grow without external interference. Allow it to unfold in privacy until it's ready to be shared with the world in its full glory. God also knows that there's a profound strength that comes from walking through challenges in private. You may face struggles, heartaches, or seasons of doubt that are not meant to be shared with everyone around you. These are the moments when God can refine your character, strengthen your faith, and develop perseverance. It's in these hidden moments of hardship that you learn to lean fully on Him, to trust that He is working, even when it's not visible to the world. You don't need to broadcast your struggles to gain sympathy or attention. Your battles are often meant to be fought in the quiet places, where your relationship with God is deepened and your strength is built in secret. This God-ordained privacy doesn't diminish your worth or your calling. It actually honors it. By choosing to keep certain parts of your life private, you are affirming that there are things about you that are too sacred, too valuable to be treated casually. Privacy protects the sanctity of your journey. It honors the moments when God is working in you, when He's preparing you for what's next, and when He's molding you into the person you are meant to become. In the same way that the most beautiful gems are found deep within the earth, sometimes the most powerful parts of our lives need to remain hidden for a season until the right time comes. And when the time is right, God will reveal those parts to the world, not when we're ready to show them, but when He knows it's the perfect moment for them to shine. Until then, we must trust that the privacy He ordains is an act of love, a gift that allows us to grow, heal, and develop in His care. In a world that often tells us we need others to succeed, to validate our worth, or to make us feel complete, self-reliance is a virtue that stands against the tide. It is the belief that you are capable of standing strong on your own, of making decisions and facing challenges without needing constant external validation. It's the ability to rely on your own judgment, your skills, your resilience, and your belief in your potential. Self-reliance isn't about isolation or rejecting help when it's needed, but rather it's about developing a deep confidence in your own abilities to handle life's challenges and pursue your goals. At its core, self-reliance is about taking full responsibility for your life. It's about recognizing that your actions, thoughts, and decisions shape your path. In a world full of distractions, external pressures, and endless sources of advice, the ability to rely on yourself and trust your instincts is an invaluable asset. It gives you the freedom to make choices that align with your purpose without being swayed by the opinions or judgments of others. When you develop self-reliance, you stop looking for someone else to guide you or tell you what to do. You begin to trust your inner compass. But self-reliance is not something that comes easily. It requires a strong sense of self-awareness. You must understand who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, and your vision for your life. It's easy to look around and compare ourselves to others. But when you're self-reliant, you recognize that your journey is unique. Your self-reliance is born from this deep understanding that you are enough. In addition to self-awareness, self-reliance requires an unshakable belief in your own inner strength. It's easy to feel small when life is hard, when circumstances push against you, or when you face criticism. But developing inner strength means finding the courage to rise again each time you fall, to press forward even when the road is unclear. Inner strength comes from the understanding that no challenge is too great for you to overcome, that every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger. You realize that you are equipped with everything you need to navigate the storms of life, whether it's resilience, creativity, or the ability to adapt. It's important to recognize that inner strength is not about perfection or invulnerability. It's not about never feeling doubt or fear. Instead, it's about having the courage to move forward despite those feelings. It's about acknowledging that you are human, that setbacks are part of the process, but that you have the capacity to learn, adapt, and continue. This inner strength is what allows you to face adversity without being broken by it. It enables you to hold your head high, to take ownership of your journey, and to keep going when others may give up. Self-reliance and inner strength also come from the ability to embrace solitude and reflection. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention. Social media, news, and the constant flow of information can make us feel like we need to be always on and constantly connected to others. But true self-reliance is built in the quiet moments of reflection, when you take the time to check in with yourself. It's in those moments that you reconnect with your inner strength, where you tap into the clarity that allows you to make decisions based on your values, not based on the noise around you. In addition, being self-reliant doesn't mean you never ask for help or that you do everything alone. It's about recognizing your own strength and knowing when to reach out for guidance or support. Asking for help is not a weakness, it's a strength. But when you rely on others for everything, you begin to lose your sense of autonomy, your ability to think for yourself, and your confidence in your own decisions. Self-reliance encourages you to be independent, but also to use your wisdom to know when it's time to lean on others without compromising your own sense of self. When you embrace self-reliance, you empower yourself to live a life that is aligned with your purpose. You stop waiting for permission, stop relying on external validation, and start trusting yourself to make the right decisions, even when they're hard. This kind of self-reliance builds resilience, confidence, and independence, all qualities that enable you to face life with strength, dignity, and grace. In a world that constantly tells you to look outside of yourself for answers, choosing self-reliance is a powerful declaration that you are capable, worthy, and strong enough to carve your own path. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your life. Your circle, the group of people you allow to influence, encourage, and challenge you, can either elevate you or drain you. In a world full of distractions, noise, and conflicting advice, the importance of choosing your circle wisely cannot be overstated. Who you choose to spend your time with, invest your energy in, and open your heart to can shape your future in ways you may not fully realize. The heart of choosing your circle wisely is understanding the power of influence. The people closest to you are the ones who will either push you forward or hold you back. Their words, actions, and attitudes will either inspire you to grow or keep you stagnant. The right people will challenge you to be better, inspire you to pursue your dreams, and encourage you when you falter. On the other hand, the wrong people will fill you with self-doubt, perpetuate negative thinking, and pull you away from your potential. This isn't to say that people in your life should only serve your needs or validate you, but the right circle will nurture your growth and help you become the person you were meant to be. One of the key things to recognize is that not everyone is meant to be in your inner circle. There's a distinction between acquaintances, friends, and those who truly have a place in your life. You don't need a large group of people to walk the path of life with you. It's more important to have a small, strong group of individuals who genuinely care about you, who share your values, and who respect your boundaries. Your circle should be a safe place where you can be yourself, free from judgment or the pressure to conform. When you carefully select the people who are part of your journey, you create an environment that fosters authenticity and mutual respect. Choosing your circle wisely also means recognizing the importance of shared values. It's easy to be drawn into relationships or friendships that are based on convenience, proximity, or fleeting interests. But lasting and meaningful relationships are rooted in shared values, a common understanding of what matters most in life. People who share your values, whether it's integrity, honesty, ambition, or kindness, will naturally align with your purpose. And they will be the ones who encourage you to stay true to who you are, even when the world around you is tempting you to compromise. Additionally, you must be willing to assess the energy of your circle. Energy is contagious, whether positive or negative. Some people bring light and positivity wherever they go, filling the room with encouragement and hope. Others, however, may carry a heaviness with them that can drain your spirit and lower your vibrational frequency. Being around the wrong people can leave you feeling exhausted, anxious, or frustrated. It's crucial to recognize the energy others bring into your life and be willing to distance yourself from those whose energy is toxic, draining, or discouraging. While you cannot change people, you can control the proximity you allow them to have in your life. Your circle should also be full of people who are willing to hold you accountable. Accountability is one of the most powerful tools for growth. The right people in your life won't let you settle for mediocrity or allow you to make excuses for yourself. They will speak truth into your life even when it's hard to hear. These people aren't just your cheerleaders. They're the ones who will challenge you to rise to your highest potential. They will ask you the tough questions, hold you to your word, and encourage you to keep pushing forward, especially when things get difficult. True accountability doesn't come from a place of criticism, but from a place of love and support. Another important factor in choosing your circle is to be aware of the impact of jealousy and competition. Healthy relationships are not built on comparison or competition. Instead, they are rooted in mutual respect and a desire for each other's success. If you find yourself in a circle where jealousy is prevalent, or where people are more focused on outdoing each other than lifting each other up, then it's time to reassess. A supportive circle is one where everyone celebrates each other's wins, no matter how big or small, and where success is seen as a shared victory rather than a threat. Choosing your circle wisely also means recognizing that relationships are mutual investments. You shouldn't be the only one pouring into your relationships, just as you shouldn't be the only one reaping the benefits. Healthy, thriving relationships are built on balance. You invest time, energy, and love into others, and they do the same for you. This exchange creates a sense of belonging, trust, and shared growth. If you're consistently the only one giving or the only one who cares about the relationship, it's time to reevaluate the connection. You deserve a circle where the effort is mutual, where each person plays an active role in nurturing and maintaining the relationship. Ultimately, choosing your circle wisely is about creating a foundation that supports your growth, challenges your limits, and nurtures your soul. The right people will help you become the best version of yourself, while the wrong people will hold you back from reaching your potential. Surround yourself with those who see the greatness in you, who encourage you to keep going even when the path is tough, and who are committed to seeing you succeed. Your circle is one of the most significant choices you'll make in life. Choose it wisely, and it will carry you through the storms and celebrations of life. In a world that constantly bombards us with noise, information, and distractions, silence is often seen as something to be avoided. We fill our lives with chatter, whether it's from the television, social media, or even the endless stream of thoughts in our own minds. Yet, amidst all this noise, silence holds a power that many overlook. A power that can lead to profound growth and transformation. The kind of growth that comes from pausing, reflecting, and allowing the stillness to guide you toward greater clarity, understanding, and connection with yourself.